Good morning everyone, my name is Christian from Two-Headed Wolf Gaming and welcome to a brand new series on the channel called Shadowrun Returns. Shadowrun Returns is an RPG it's actually a turn-based RPG that is set in a cyberpunk universe. It was developed by Harebrained Schemes and published by Paradox Interactive, and it has a pretty good review. The reason why I wanted to give this game a go is because I played Cyberpunk for the last week or since its release date. And for me, I've been one of those lucky few who was lucky enough to play it and work pretty well. There were a few mechanical bugs here and there, had to fight like people that were stuck in walls or had to reload different portions of the game just because I couldn't continue a certain quest. But overall the experience has been quite good for me, and I lived in a bubble for a few days until I started looking at a few other YouTube videos that weren't spoiling anything for me, and I started reading some articles, and yeah, I can understand why some people really have trouble with the game. It really doesn't look good on old gen consoles. I have a decent computer at the moment, so it ran pretty well for me. But more than anything else, when I was young, I would play new games, I would give new games a go, even though I had the computer that was very old, and so it lagged a lot, to the point where it was stuttering, the movements were stuttered. But that was fine, as long as it ran and I could see the graphics, I could see the characters, I could upgrade them, and just to see those new pixels on the screen was enough for me to accept playing it. I'm pretty patient at that level, so I wouldn't say it's the worst game I ever played. But let's get back to Shadowrun Returns. This one is also a tabletop game, so you can find it in real life. It's like playing Dungeons and Dragons or something along those lines. And it's pretty interesting as far as I'm concerned. I took Shadowrun Returns. There are 3 games at the moment in this series. This is the first one because I looked online and people said that you should start here because you might never come back to it because the other games are better mechanically and are more interesting, and so we'll give this one a go. And if you like the series and you like what happens, then we'll do the others as well. So let's launch the campaign. Let's read The Dead Man's Switch. In the urban sprawl of the Seattle Metroplex, the search for the mysterious killer sets you on a trail that leads from the darkest slums to the city's most powerful megacorps. You will need to tread carefully, enlist the aid of the other runners, and master the powerful forces of technology and magic in order to emerge from the shadows of Seattle unscathed. Let's launch this campaign. We'll stay on normal difficulty. Never played this game before, so I don't know what to expect. Let's see, we choose a gender. In the world of Shadowrun, there are no statistical differences between males and females. What do we want to play as? Do we want to play as a male? I feel that in these games, gender does make a difference. So I will try for this first run. I'll create a male character just since it is my first experience. I want to see what it's like to play as a male character. And here is the fun part of this. So it's a cyberpunk universe, but it's not filled with humans. It's filled with human or elves, dwarves, orks, and trolls. So there's all these magical beings from different fantasies, and you have classes in here that some are like technicians and fighters, while others are magicians and shamans and things like that, and they all mix together quite well from what I saw. And you have different ways in which you can finish quests. Like, I'm really looking forward to what can happen. Let's see. Humans were the only race on Earth until the awakening in 2012. Now they find themselves the definition of average or even normal. They are still the most popular race in the world and thus control many of the most powerful, moneyed, and important positions in society. So all humans have +3 to karma to start the game. Karma is like in experience, like experience points, or something along those lines, not experience points, but skill points. We have maximum stats 9 across the board, so we're pretty average. As you can see, we have elves. Many people, especially other meta-human races, see elves as the most fortunate meta-humans. They are the most attractive and socially acceptable than the other meta-humans. Elves are taller than humans, but have a more slender build. Their hair is usually thicker, longer, and more luxurious than average, and their ears come to a point. So all elves get +1 charisma, and they have bonuses to quickness apparently and charisma. Dwarves are the shortest of the meta-human races. To compensate, their torsos and shoulders are wider than the size would indicate, thus their strength is equal to, and sometimes greater than, the larger races. A side effect of their meta-human nature is increased resistances to pathogens and magic that attacks from within. They get extra willpower, they have more body, they have more strength, and more willpower. Orks are the fastest breeding race and now are second only to humans in world population. Their size leads to an intimidating silhouette and a body that can take more physical damage than the average. Orks have pointed ears and intimidating teeth or tusks. They get extra body, a lot more strength. But that's about it. And trolls. Trolls are the largest of the meta-human race. Heavy prejudice against them has led people to assume that trolls have lowered intelligence, but in reality there is no proof to this. Trolls have pointed ears, intimidating teeth or tusks, and many have horns like growths that other metahumans do not manifest. All trolls have +1 to body and +1 to strength, and they have apparently the highest body stat and the highest strength, but they do have reduced charisma, intelligence, and a tiny bit on the quickness. I'm gonna stay standard once more. We'll stay with humans. Let's see. What can we pick? We can pick Street Samurai. The Street Samurai is a freelance operative who follows the code of street honor. They are learning the ways of the traditional samurai warrior and in the practice of modern combat. Samurai sell their skills for profit and work to take out the dishonorable scum that seem to breed in the urban sprawl. Key attributes: body and strength or quickness, close or range combat or both, or throwing weapons and dodge. As you can see, like you can be a street samurai, but being a street samurai is not only about swords. So it's not a melee character necessarily, you can also be a ranged character. For mage specializes in the casting of spells, but that doesn't mean they can't shoot guns as well. Rather, magic is the center of their life. Their spells reflect the pure balance of the mana sphere and cover a wide range of magical effects, from offensive damage attacks to character augmentation or degradation spells to healing spells. We have a Decker. Decker use a cyber deck to jack into the Matrix, the worldwide information grid and computer network. By projecting their minds into the electronic world, Deckers can find secrets others keep hidden away. They use program and expert systems to fight off the protection that megacorporations place in their way. A Shaman. Shamans believe that their magic comes from great totem spirits that guides their life path. Bear, cat, coyote, eagle or raccoon. Shamans' relationship with their totems allow them to summon spirits and command them to do their bidding. Shamans have the skills to conjure spells that mages cannot. Rigger. Rigger used cybertech to jack their minds into and control small robot-like vehicles called drones. Rigger use their rigging abilities to provide surveillance support and extra firepower when required. Physical Adept. Adepts are magically active characters who focus their magic internally to develop to their utmost potential, physically, mentally, and spiritually. As adepts unlock new abilities, they become honed physical machines, using their magic to enhance their close combat abilities. So we also can play as none. If you feel comfortable with the way characters are built in Shadowrun, you may create your character by mixing skills and attributes as you wish. Well, as far as characters go, I guess what we'll do is I'll play as a decker. I want to be able to hack different computers and see what's behind closed doors. It's a very interesting mix of magic and like this kind of electronics. I am not sure what to expect long term, but yeah, hopefully it's gonna be fun. Let's go for a portrait. Something. Ooh, this guy looks mean. Bit of a samurai. Go like this guy or something. Well, let's try this out. Yeah, I'm white. Does it have full white? Because at least for the past year I haven't been out of the house a lot, so I'm really white. I know this takes a bit more time than usual, but let's have a character that we're happy with. Let's say that this guy looks more like me. And I want a beard like the most normalist of beards. Look, just like that. Does this guy look like the other guy right now? Well, not totally. Let's just say that this guy is me when I was young and Japanese. Continue to stats. Karma represents the experience characters earn while running the shadows and achieving goals. Karma is used to improve attributes and skills. An attribute or skill rating can be increased by spending karma or equal to the next increment of rating. Thus, improving your body from 4 to 5 requires you to spend 5 karma points. You have some karma available now to customize your character. So we start with a few stats. I took a look over them last night, just to try to be familiar with a few things. Here we can see that humans can only reach level 9s in these stats, like 9 across the board, as they said. It says here who can reach these points, like you can see trolls, orks, everybody else, right? And you add points giving you different things, like for body it determines the resistance to physical damage, increase the chance to take reduced damage from attacks for every point of body, hit points increased by 10. What do we have here? We have body, we have quickness, which reduces the chance to be hit. Range, and here under quickness there are a few other skills like range combat, pistols, using SMGs, using shotguns, rifles, and the ability to dodge. You cannot level up more than your current level. So for example, you cannot go further with dodge until you level up your quickness, and you can't go over level 4 here in range combat until you level up your quickness. At the same time, there are things that are tied to this as well. Range combat, you need to add a point in range combat if you want to add a point into using weapons. We have strength, close combat, here melee weapons, unarmed, throwing weapons. We have intelligence, which is used for using the deck. Here, like that ability that we have, like here is where we'll spend most of our points. Biotech grants the bonus to the hit points recovered when using medikit. Decking requires for decking main component to calculate the chance to hit enemy computer programs or deckers, increase the skill and unlock special abilities. And we have ESP controls, increase the power of the decker expert system programs in the matrix. We have drone control, drone combat, willpower, which is for spell casting and chi casting. A lot of buffs over here. We have charisma, which is used to control the spirits, increase the chance to hit conjuring spells, and unlock etiquette that affect conversation. I would like to push some points into charisma, mostly because I want to get this new etiquette. I do like having the ability to persuade my characters in game. And so what will I be adding? I don't need magic. We'll be interested in adding more points into charisma. But for the moment, I think one of the things I want is a level of dodge. I would like some ranged attack. Now I'm not sure if this decking is something that I will be using all the time, or will I need a weapon? Let's see. Increase your chance to hit enemies by 10% when used. Can equip Renraku Craftwork. So we can increase our chance. Shall we increase our chance, or should we just put some points into shooting? Well, until we get into the map, let's go with what we know. And thus, I wanna add, where was charisma? Here. I'm gonna add 2 points into charisma. Sorry about that. And now we choose an etiquette. Etiquette is about knowing how to behave in various social situations. The right etiquette can give you an edge in certain conversation. Choose an etiquette from the list below. Choosing an etiquette does not cost karma, and each etiquette can only be chosen once. So we can go with corporate, security, gang, socialite, shadowrunner, street, and academic. I don't want to be a corporate. Security might be interesting. A gang, not really. Socialite, I'm not really one in real life. Street, wouldn't consider myself like that either. Academic, I guess I'm gonna go Shadowrun here. Let's see, is there anything else? No, I think this is okay. Let's see. Choose an etiquette. They ask us to choose maybe another etiquette. Like, are there 2 etiquettes that we choose? We chose Shadowrun, and I think I'm gonna go street. Sure. Many runners use street names, handle, or working names like Halfjack or Lady Z. Others stick with their given name or adopt a nickname. Please choose a name for your character. Shall we call ourselves something generic? Shall we stay like to the wolf? Or is that too generic? Mr. Wolf. That's even worse. Let's stay with the wolf. Or wolf directly, not the wolf. Your apartment, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's got 4 walls, a roof, and isn't on fire. Even the cockroaches have fled in search of better accommodation. Not exactly a runner's dream pad, but right now it's about all you have left. Running the shadows is all about feast or famine. One day you're a Nova Hut, working jobs and allow you to eat 5-star restaurants. The next, well, you're here. This one's a famine for the ages. Slagger Fixer hasn't called, the money ran out, and then some. Sinless and free to starve in the cracks of a society run by megacorps who just want your nuyen. I guess that's your money. Something needs to change, and soon. So there will be a lot of reading in this game, by the way. Expect that. Story-driven game. Here is our character. I guess that's north. Get a job, any job. That is our objective. Okay, let's see what. So this is our journal. This is us. We have 2 action points, 5 essence. I think I have to start looking these stats up. We have magic, armor. These are our normal stats. This is our inventory, which is pretty cool. We can see ourselves as well. And we have on us security. We have a gun. Okay, so we do have weapons on us, which would be pretty important going forward. that we invest in our shooting abilities as well. Secure decker clothing, basic clothing, okay. And we have a basic med kit, dog wagon basic trauma kit, restores a teammate to life with their 25% of their total health, and grenade. And when it comes to cyberware, a requirement for riggers and deckers and those that want to use smartly weapons. Cool. And here is just the options and the menu. Great. Well, let's start looking around. A slip of paper with your bank balance, enough to cover you through the end of the week. Okay, what's here? How do we move? Oh, right click. Your notebook, calendar, contacts, that kind of thing. View your list of contacts. The list is sad, dried up. Carter, Detroit, Fixer, no response to messages, Doubt, Runner, dead. Felton Nash, Fixer, missing since February. New Larry, Runner, dead. Sam Watts, Runner, probably in a gutter somewhere. Sangoma, Runner, dead. Halfjack, Dealer, retired or dead. Oof, the list goes on, all either dead ends or just plain dead. Personal calendar, it's empty, put the note back down. Answer your vid phone. Okay, let's answer it. Sam Watts, the screen leaps to life, making the squint against its brightness. The face on the screen is laughing. Sam Watts, hey buddy, hope I didn't catch you at a bad time. He giggles, he's drunk again, or worse. Shouldn't have given you my cum code, gonk, your zone. Where have you been, Sam? I haven't heard from you in months. Let's be nice. Another giggle. Oh, don't bother with your side of the conversation. I'm not really here. Just one reason for the vid, someone finally gigged me. I'm dead. I probably had it coming. When you're an unsavory character like myself, you tend to associate with other unsavory characters who often partake in unsavory business. Like you, for example. So why am I dead? Who knows? Probably my fault. I wonder where are you right now? I bet you hit a big payday and you're living high on the hog somewhere. Some of us are born winners and some of us are me. Hey, you remember that Renraku run when things went to hell and we lost Dodd? Or that makeshift saloon on the docks afterwards? I really had your back that night, didn't I? Doubt, that's a name you haven't heard in a long time. So we're having a flashback? Years ago. Sangoma. I guess this guy is that guy. New Larry. You've been running with New Larry for about 6 months now. He's a combat mage with a bad tattoo and a bad attitude. He knew Dodd almost as well as you did. Doubt. Never saw anybody die like that before. Idiot. He shakes his head. I hate this frigging city, Wolf. It's wet and rain feels like acid and I want out of here. Shut your screamer about the rain. We lost a man tonight. We wait for the money. I get it. Now take a pill and relax. I get it. Now take a pill and relax. Sure, Wolf. Sure. Whatever you say. I don't know, Wolf. Sam is a good guy and can hold his own in a fight, but he's been hitting the bottle pretty good lately. Never on a run so far, but he needs watching. He shakes his head. That run went sideways 9 ways on to Sunday. Now the fixer is late. Smell funny to you? That bastard better show we need the money. What do you think we should do? Smells funny to you? Hell yeah, it smells funny. Look at where he set the meeting. This was supposed to be a public space. Cut the drew, Sam. We both know that why Dodd went down and it wasn't a fixer or some paranoid cheap dream of yours. Sam smiles a toothy smile. I've been waiting for this all night. New Larry has something he wants to say. Don't you, Larry? Go ahead. Spill it. You were sloppy. He laughs. Sloppy? You think I was sloppy? You've been twitching all day, son. Look at your hands. They're shaking. Own up, Sam. If you screwed up, admit it. Or, you've been drinking, Sam? That's true, Sam. Did you miss a beat back there? Hmm. Own up, Sam. If you screwed up, admit it. I'd admit it if there was something to admit. I was on point. New Larry was supposed to cover Dodd. Something dawns on him. He leans into New Larry, amused and dangerous. We were set up. And he knows you. Don't you, Larry? What was that call you made before we hit Ranraku? How come you couldn't geek that guy before he unloaded on Dodd? I've seen you fling a lightning bolt, son. He should have been burned toast before his gun. He should have been burned toast before his gun cleared the holster. New Larry checks his watch, licks his lips, looks over his shoulder at the darkness. He's looking for someone and it's not the fixer. Okay, I can see where this is going. You chummers are damaged. I'm out. Did you keep us long enough here, Larry? Hands where I can see them, asshole. How much did you pay to sell us out, Larry? Hands where I can see them, asshole. He stops and a smile slowly appears on his face. What? You gonna take my gun away, Wolf? You know I don't need one. We've got incoming. New Larry relaxes and throws you a Drek eating green. Looks like my new Ranraku friends are finally here. They're gonna take that hard drive off your corpse, buddy. We should choose our friends more carefully, Wolf. At least we have each other. That guy was never my friend. Buy a drink after this? I like this one. Buy a drink after this? You'll owe me several. Okay, so we're in battle mode right now. We're being attacked, 2 units and a mage. He missed us. She took a hit. He took a hit. You are now in turn-based combat. Each character on your team has an action pool. Spend these actions on movement attacks or using spells and items. Once your team's turn is complete, the enemy team will move and attack. Additional tutorial information is available. Okay. Wheel, right click. Okay. I guess I'm good overall. Down and out. Let's see. So I have a melee weapon in hand. I think it would be best to come over here and take care of this guy. We have a skill here, I think. Or I think that is a basic attack. Let's see. Let's go here. And we're gonna attack this guy. Eight damage. What do I do with you? What is this? A Beretta Model 70. Oh, so I have multiple weapons like this. I can choose the Beretta. I can choose the shotgun. I guess first of all, let's take full cover here. And now I could shoot at this guy. Either get 8 wounded with 99 chance to hit, or 8 wounded with a possibility to crit. Let's shoot him with the shotgun. Oh, okay, so he's almost done. She has an AK-47, pretty good weapon. We can really get at them quickly. Let's take the wizard out, first of all. And then we'll start shooting at these guys. Hopefully she doesn't die. What else do we have? We have a gun on us as well. We could go ahead and shoot, or we could get close and attack. Now we're not the best character built for melee, but I think anything would help in this situation to distract them. We got a pretty good hit on her there. Let's see. I could use the opportunity to take her out. Nice. And another shot on this guy. Really cool. Okay, there's no loot on the ground. Good to know. Should speed the process up a bit. I guess here we have some poison. Let's see, is there anything else to do here? What is this? So these are our skills. Bear Totem. The power of the bear heals all friends within 3 of the damage from the most recent attack. Can I do it like here? Let's see. Can I heal her? Oh, yeah, it did work. Nice. We have another 2 coming in for us. I would like to take full cover over here. And I'm gonna use the pistol, or our chances are low. Are there bullets? Let's check our equipment really quick. I want to make sure that we don't have bullets. So I could take a few shots. These are just our items. Let's give this a go. Okay, what else we have here? Half a cover, full cover? Apparently so. We get closer. Get some 17 crit on them. Kneecap does -1 AP but reduce damage, HP damage by 6. Okay, so he has a few skills here. Spray and Pray, 2 attacks with less chance to hit, with less chance for critical, may hit adjacent target, uses 6 bullets. No, it does have bullets. Oh, it has bullets in the sense that it has to reload, but we don't have bullets per se. Oh, that was a pretty good attack. Pray and Pray, because it did hit the targets near each other. Let's see, can we do the same with this one? She has aimed shot there, so not totally. Let's take out the guy with the shotgun. Okay, more people coming in. We have a... This is bad, they have a shaman. Okay, they missed us there. And apparently they summoned some sort of fire spirit. He missed us again. Here. I guess we'll take her out first. And what is our chance to hit here? Like, we could take some cover on this side. $72, but will be exposed. So let's move up. I want to bring you here. Maybe get even closer. Let's just take a few shots. Thing is, if I come here, they have a chance to flank me. But let's try this. Nice. That was a good hit. Okay, we took 6 damage there. This creature gets some APs, but luckily for us, they're not really good. Let's see, where can we move up? Here? Get a bit closer. Try to get a few shots. Okay. Not enough ammo, so we have to reload now. Ooh, that was a really bad hit there. Is she wounded? Yes, she is. So we either take these guys out soon, or we should revive her before she dies, I think. Okay, that guy's out. That spirit has escaped. Let's see, can we use one of these? Well, no, not yet. We have to get close to her first of all. So let's do just that. With you, I'm gonna bring you this on this side and we're gonna shoot. Oh, we still have spray and pray. We shouldn't be using that anymore. Oh, rats, she died. New Larry's betrayal or our second brush with death in one night. Part of life, Sam. You know that. You did good. You don't look so good, Sam. You did good. You were born for this gig, Wolf. Me? Not so much. I think I'm gonna hang it up, find a nice brothel somewhere, stay drunk until I croak. What about you? Think I'll find a better class of people to hang out with? Me? I do this, it's the only life I know. Or I'll find a safe house out of town, lay low. Ranraku has a long memory. Yeah, let's go outside of town. I do too. I don't forget my friends. So now we're going back to present time. By the way, this episode will be slightly longer, just to present the game, show you what it's all about, and if I have the chance, get a bit of feedback from you. You stare at Sam's face on your comlink, shake off the memory, focus. I had your back that night, didn't I? Now I'm asking myself, who would care if I die? Who would give a rat's ass? Better or worse, your name is at the top of the list. Maybe it's the only name on the list. So I set up a dead man switch to send you this call. I got 100,000 nuance insurance policy payable when you will find who creased me. Alive with a conviction or in a body bag with justification, either works. Contact my law firms Roger, Mengers and McCain. When the job is done, they'll know what to do. It turns to his slave. Chat? Lawyer. The camera swivels to show a well-dressed man sitting next to Sam. Pursuant to Mr. Watt's wishes, Roger, Mengert and McCain has installed a security dedicated phone line so you may contact us directly when the task is complete. We will then begin a verification process. Note that you must also be on a secure landline to access this number. We will not accept transmission from comlinks or other devices. The camera swivels back to Sam. Sam straightens up, talks serious, first time. Look, Wolf, I've led a direct life and I probably left a direct corpse. I've hurt people, hurt myself. I don't know. Maybe I just want the last word. Maybe I just want someone to give a crap that I sucked air for a while. What do you say? I'll get to the bottom of this, someone will pay. I'd say I've traded a drinking buddy for a paycheck. I'd say my schedule is pretty clear right now. 100,000 units buys a lot of drinks. Let's say I've traded a drinking buddy as for a paycheck. Hope you just said yes. Okay, I've got a locator chip slotted in my head these days. If when my heart stops it'll activate, that's how you'll find me. See you on the slab. Guess I'm heading back to Seattle. Rest in peace, Sam. See you in Seattle. Well, yeah, rest in peace, Sam. See you in Seattle. I guess I won't read all the options anymore unless there's something special. Otherwise, I'm just gonna read what I pick. The Dead Man Switch. You're playing He's the SeaTac Tarmac with Jolt. Welcome to Seattle. The chilly northwest rain obscures your vision as you step onto the tarmac. Before long, you're sitting in a cramped backseat of a cab, following the signal from Sam's locator chip into the heart of Redmond's Barrens. Organ grinder, a legal chop shop for body parts, whether from the living or the dead. If you're hurting bad enough for Nguyen, this is the place to sell a limb or an organ. also a good place to dispose of an inconvenient body while making a little cash on the side. This franchise is the closest thing to the Baron has to a morgue. It seems this is where Sam Watt's body has ended up. You open the door and are assaulted by the smell of death and bleach. Well, let's check things out. I'm in the back. Okay. Smell of death and decomposition washes over you. Only slight masked by the... We have to read those a lot quicker. Let's see, Dresden over here. Looks like a dwarf friend. Hovering over the recently departed is a small dwarf whistling a tune. His broad grin says, "I love my job." A little more than you'd want or expect from someone in the chop shop trade. As you approach, he looks up with a lopsided grin. There's something kindly in his eyes, though it might just be a straight reflection of chrome and surgical tools. "Sorry, didn't expect any visitors at this hour, and some asshole at the corporate took my receptionist. What can I do for you, sir? Are you the coroner?" "I'm John Dresden, the organ grinders branch manager here. So yeah, that makes me this franchise area coroner too. And you are?" "Wolf. I'm here about Sam Waltz." "Okay, let's go. I represent the man Sam Watts, and I'm here to look into his murder. It's gonna take me a while to not read all of them and get into the flow." He frowns. "Interesting. A dead man makes for a strange client. But what makes you think he's here?" "Sam had a locator chip embedded in his skull. I followed it here." "I see. Well, you're right, he's here. Not too many people know about the murder yet. The press haven't caught wind of it yet. What with it being all the way out here in the Barrens. So who told you he was dead?" Sam did. When his heart stopped, 100,000 was wired to a secure account in my name. I find the killer, I get paid." "No. Sam Digital Ghost, when his heart stopped, I got sent a recorded message asking me to bring his killer to justice. Yes, he had a hunch." The dwarf raises his eyebrows, a smile whipping the suspicion from his face. "A dead man switch, eh? Fascinating. I was working on him earlier. He's over here." The game is pretty dark, by the way. Expect it to be dark. "He's my second Emerald City Reaper victim. The third one was downtown." "Reaper, huh? I guess classics never go out of style." He sighs. "Not my title. That's what the Seattle press insists on calling the killer. All I know is that the original Jack, our Reaper, knows how to handle a scalpel. But this one is even more twisted. He or she always removes an internal organ from the victim." "What price did the Reaper take from Sam?" "Watt's liver was cleanly cut out." "Okay. What about the other lucky contestant?" "The first victim had the heart missing, and the third had the spleen removed." "Dresden, get out here." Okay, I guess that looks like a cop to me. "I'm here about the... Mr. Watts? Let's see. Okay, we got a medkit from there. Stole a few things. Let's talk to McCloskey." Towering over the diminutive coroner is a homicide detective right out of Central Casting. If you ignore the tusks, pointed ears, and Neanderthal brow, you can smell his cheap aftershave from a mile away. "So this is the new Reaper Vic. What's... name's familiar. Didn't his mother kill herself a while back?" Coroner frowns. "So you insisted at that time." Come on," she offed herself. "It had to be on very good authority." "Now let's go, Dresden. Give me something to work with. The Reaper case is my ticket to a lieutenant's badge. I've already posted everything I know. The killer stuns the target with a combination of drugs and magic, then he removes a single organ while they're still alive. The perpetrator is most likely right-handed, with a slim hand that knows its way around the scalpel. Has a decent understanding of human and metahuman anatomy too. So I'm looking for a whacked-out surgeon? Not necessarily. I don't know any surgeon who still uses scalpels anymore. These days, it's all done with computer-controlled lasers. Could be anyone from military field surgeon to an antique medicine aficionado. Aficionado? You're no damn half dwarf. The Lone Star detective finally noticed you. You note his superhuman powers of observation. Who the hell are you? We don't have strength to give. None of your business. I was hired by Sam Watts to assist you in finding this. I'm new in town. Your welcoming committee? I'm the nobody who didn't hear nothing. Let's see, are you the detective? Let's say that I was hired. The dreck you were. You get anywhere near my investigation and it will be you on the slab, human. He looks back at the dwarf. Dresden, get me more. I am putting someone in a cell or a box this week and claiming my promotion. Ugh. It's gonna be trouble. Dresden looks amused. Do you always make friends that easily? I'm great at dinner parties too. He cocks his head to one side. Be straight with me. You really gonna work for the dead man? Sam was there when I needed it. I'm going to return the favor. Fascinating again. Detective McCluskey isn't interested in anything more than Detective McCluskey. It convinced his own mother if it meant another 10 new and a week in his paycheck. Plus, he's on the take. Dresden pauses, considering. You have honor, after a fashion. I try to honor the dead in my work, so we have that in common. What can I do to help? On the take, who's paying to hold his leash? I don't know, but someone with major pull has been looking out for McCluskey's career and wallet. What was that McCluskey said about Sam's mother? The official report is that she committed suicide about a year ago. Aren't you the official in that sentence? You don't buy that? Sounds like you disregard with the findings. My name's on the report, but my actual findings left some doubt. I can't say it wasn't suicide, but there was an unusual bruises on the upper arms, and she didn't use her dominant hand to pull the trigger. I was told to drop it, so I dropped it. Okay. Who still uses scalpels? Doctors still learn how to use them in the first year of medical school, as do coroners, but neither professional use them much anymore. Possible some of the slimier chops shop still use scalpels? I suppose, but I wouldn't know where to look. What are organs worth these days? A whole healthy body can be a bunch of new but individual organs? Not worth as much anymore. What with all the scenes and cyber stuff on the market these days. Organ grinders only deal in recently deceased. There's plenty of other chop shops that aren't as picky though. And they don't care where the bodies come from either. I just need to know one more thing. Where was Sam killed? Dresden looks up at you intently for a moment before speaking. You know, I might be able to do you one better. Why don't you poke around those body lockers in the back and see if you find anything useful? Okay then, I'll go do... okay, I'll do that. Let's see, are those the ones? Oh, so here are the ones. Let's see, can we collect from the shop while people see us? We can. So we can loot freely so far, it seems. And let's see, what do we have here? The cold storage drawer is labeled John Doe, but the internal thermostat is set to 21 degrees Celsius. Open drawer. The cold storage drawer is open to reveal the fully clothed body of a man, arms folded across his chest. In addition to sporting some of the brightest orange hair you've ever seen, the body seems to be in very good condition. Jake Armitage. Whoa, easy there. In one quick move, he jumps down from the drawer and stands before you. For someone who just woke up in a morgue locker, he seems unfazed and pretty well put together. You spot data jacks really into his templates and some shamanistic tattoos peeking above his collar. An interesting combination. I told John to wake me up at 6 in the morning. Is it 6 yet? It doesn't feel like 6 yet. Sorry, didn't expect you to be so alive. What do I look like? A damn alarm clock? You were just sleeping in a freezer. A freezer for dead people. Well, let's say... Sorry, didn't expect you to be so alive. Yeah, Dresden thinks he's pretty funny. You're not the first person he's pulled this one on. He chuckles. Well, so much for a good night's sleep. On the plus side, I noticed you haven't killed me yet, so that's good. If you aren't afraid of me, then what's your story? The latest Reaper victim, did you know him? Well, I'm looking into the death of Sam Watts. The coroner seems to think you can help me out. Sam, eh? Glad somebody cares. We used to drink together every now and then, over the Union. He seemed enough guy. Always in trouble over something or other though. Jake yells towards the other side. John, is this guy cool? Yeah, he's all on the level. Working for Sam, believe it or not. Some sort of a dead man switch. Maybe. No, I thought you could help him out. Maybe even stop mopping around the shop all day? Thanks for volunteering me. He pauses, might be sizing you up, but it's hard to tell behind those shades. Alright then, the name's Jake, and you are... Nice to meet you, Jake. I'm Wolf. And well-mannered too. Such a rare thing in this city. Well, it sounds like you are taking a dive into the deep end here. John's right, I might be able to help you out. I was with Sam the other night, the night of the murder, poor guy. He was hanging at the Seamstress Union that night, tripping out and rowdy. I'd be laying low there for a few days after a bad run. Mrs. Kubota asked me to throw Sam out, so I did. But out in the alley some gangers got the jump on me. He winces. Damn. Maybe I need some soy cup after all. John, could you grab me a cup? Get your own damn cup. My hands are dirty anyway. Now what's wrong with the intestine? You hear a loud squelch sound as Dresden continues his work. Thanks, John, you're a real pal. Anyway, there's a big fat core bounty on my head. Like I said, my last job didn't exactly go according to plan. Out in the alley, a few Halloweeners got the jump on us. Damn gangers thought they could turn a quick profit off my head. Jake smiles, and you get the impression that didn't work out so well for the gangers. Sam stumbled off during the fight, though, and that's the last I saw of him, until he turned up dead on arrival. Reminds me of my last stay in this place. Let's have a bit of coffee to wet my throat. Good coffee. You've done this before, great, so you don't know anything about... Do you know anything else? I know they found his body a block away from the Union, just lying there in broad daylight. That's the Barrens for you. Jack looks down, his expression masked by chrome and crimson glass. Shame though. Wish I'd been there, if those slagging gangsters hadn't come along. Tell you what, you look like you can handle yourself in a fight. I could use some backup to settle the score with those Halloweeners out there. Their leaders got the whole gang searching the Barrens for me. I need to get rid of those assholes. In return, I'll take you to the place Sam was murdered. It's not safe to hit the streets alone at night, trust me. Jake eyes you up and down, and maybe I'll throw in some decent supplies while we're at it. What do you say? It's nice to have someone watching your back, assuming you trust them. I do like a bit of street justice every now and then. Alright, Jack, count me in. Great. I've been hiding out here since the run-in with those Halloweeners. Winchy bunch of gangsters, but the stretch of the Barrens is their turf. Well, I'm surprised you even made it to this morgue in one piece without packing some heat. He yells over his shoulder. Very funny, Jake. You can sleep in the dumpsters tomorrow. So, do you need a weapon? A pistol could be good, but I think I'd like to try an SMG. Let's try an SMG out. Pray and pray? Fair enough, take this. It's a little bit up, but it works. So, ready for an evening out on the town? Just give me a minute, tell me about these gangsters first. Let's do this. Well, they're one of the nastier gangs in town. Their symbol is a flaming jack-o'-lantern, but you wouldn't like their version of the trick-or-treating very much. Around here, they're led by a troll named John Paul. He's got all the Halloweeners in the Barrens looking for me. We take him out, maybe I can breathe a bit easier. Uh, okay, well, I'm ready. I'll follow your lead. The Halloweeners aren't looking for you yet. So, is it now? It looks like there's a bit of free mapping. Let's try to go over here. If there's anything left. Dan's body is half covered by sterile surgical sheet. His face is an ashen white, for the first time without smirk on it. Below the chest there's a small pencil-thin incision covered in dry blood. Beyond that the corpse is immaculate. It would seem that the killer knew exactly what they wanted from him and took it. Next to Sam, several plastic envelopes containing the evidence found on the body. You can examine evidence through the bag without spoiling it. Look at the business card. Moving things around, you can make out that it's a card from the palace called Seamstress Union. There's something handwritten on the back, but blood has made it ineligible. Look at the cred stick. It's a standard cheap, unsecured cred stick. No way knowing what's on it without slotting it. Let's take the cred stick with us. You slot the cred stick into your PDA, 300 money is added to your account. Not exactly what I wanted. Look at the purple shirt. It's Sam's shirt. Several of the buttons are missing and blood has thoroughly soaked it. The bag sloshes a bit in your hand. Look at the handwritten note. You can only see part of the note given the torn off bits and bloodstain. Sam, I feel terrible that we argued. We have been long to say I'm sorry. See you there, love, Jessica. Okay. Maybe we shouldn't. I thought that it's not about evidence there. Okay. Is there anything else here? No. Let's move out. Explore the city. Run in the Seattle sprawl, and sooner or later you'll find yourself in Redmond Barrens. It doesn't matter your business, the Barrens doesn't like you. Take 1 part radioactive wasteland, 3 parts dog slum, add a dash of tourist trap, and you've got a recipe for mean as hell. You leave the sanitized death and formaldehyde of Oregon grinders behind, entering the anarchy and desperation of the street. Jake stops a moment to breathe deeply, filling his lungs with motorcycle exhaust, radioactive dust, codite, and who knows what else. He exhales with an expression of wry contentment. The stench and grime tells him he's home. My stash is just around the corner. Okay, mission added. Jake's safe mug card. So we gain 2 karma here. Let's see, spend the points. I would like to throw in I think for the moment I want to get a point into range combat. Additional weapon slot, okay. And I want to go with the SMG, get the spray and pray. And I'll probably want this, the aimed shot. Good. And we have Jake. What is Jake? Jake, human male, it doesn't say any more than that. Oh, I guess there's not necessarily a fixed kind of character or class. Everything else is free for all after the beginning. He has charisma. He has some strength on him. He is an SMG user. Or no, those are not his skills, those are my skills. Okay, the menu is a bit weird, a bit wonky. Flamethrower, a line of fire controlled by the caster and directed at one target, so he's a spellcaster. Increase the target's chance to hit and heal wounds. Great. Find Jake's stash. Let's see, is there anything around here? Does the bus stop here? We have some street workers. There's Vlad over here. As you approach, the man sizes you up. You can see the age-old fight or flight equation running behind his drug-clouded eyes. Beneath the track marks on his arms, you spot a set of tattoos that indicate he is, or at least once was, a shaman. Hey man, what's your story? Nothing, no story, nothing, just leave me alone. I didn't see anything, I swear. Calm down, I'm Wolf, what's your name? My name is Vlad. Vlad, those are some nice tattoos. Are you a shaman? The word shaman strikes a chord. He seems to shake off some of the mental cobwebs. Yes. Yes, I am a shaman. I thought so, Vlad. What did you see? See? Yeah, I saw something. The other night I saw a spirit so dark, so alien that Vlad trails off and shudders. Where did you see the spirit? Just across the street from the seamstress union. It's gone now, Vlad. It's not gonna kill you. You're safe. I'm done here. Good luck with the anything. Let's calm him. Thank you. I think you're right. I'd better stop now. More hole. Now I think I need some sleep. Don't go to the market. Oh, someone else there to talk to. Like those, there's some paper there. Do you think that there might be... I've heard that shamans can speak to ghosts. Right? It's said in the beginning as well with the description. Should be a cool run to play as a shaman as well. Sarah, her clothes may be dirty, but this woman is far from downtrodden. Hey, not that it's my business, but I wouldn't go that way. Nice to meet you too. Hey, just figured I'd give you the heads up. Those Halloweeners, they're stirring up trouble again. She points to the east. They rode in the morning on those fancy bikes, set up camp in the old street market. They've been marching up and down the street all day, shaking down anyone that wanders past. Okay, so I guess maybe that's where my stash is. Maybe the yellow shows a quest. Oh yeah, it does. Hidden in the garbage strewn alley is a high-tech safe with a mag card reader on the front. Open the safe. With the smooth ease, the safe opens and it reveals your collection of gear. That is a perfect match for your skills. Take the gear. Yep. Hand over the loot, bozos. So they got a drop on us. And we get some hits. Let's see, how do we want to do this? Let's check our character out. We found some more medkits. We found this Decker. Okay. Oh, what can we do here? Like, we could shoot at him. We could go for spray and pray as well. I guess we'll just shoot at this guy. Nice. And I am going to put... like, I'm still exposed there. Maybe not the best idea. I should start playing it as XCOM. Okay, so his throwing skills is bad. I guess things like that do affect combat. Let's try to flank him a bit. Nice. and we regain some health back. So, welcome to the Barrens. Yes, I'll find a new spot to hide my gear. Good, dead drops are so hard to keep. Same wreck in every city these days. True, I've been around, but Seattle's still a runner paradise as far as I'm concerned. Now that we've got some gear, let's go deal with those Halloweeners. Okay, no more loot here. Well, this is all the time that we have for today. I will put a cut in here, take a break, warm up some coffee just to relax my voice, and then I'll continue the story. I hope you're going to enjoy this series, and as I always say at the beginning of every series, if you do like what I do here, consider leaving a like. It does help the channel grow. Subscribe to the channel if you want to keep in touch. You already know how to do that. And finally, if you have any feedback for me, if you have any feedback for what I should be playing in the Cyberpunk universe especially, do let me know, as I do have a list that I'm trying to increase with the number of games that we'll be playing in the Cyberpunk series. And as a note for those who watch my other historical series, don't worry, Total War will always be here, and Crusader Kings definitely for a long time. That's about it for now. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I wish you all a wonderful day.